Yeah? Ready? Great. Why is this cause so important to you?
It's in my thinking, outside of giving a day to a man who died for the principles of this country, it would be a day for us to reflect upon our responsibility as human beings, as recognizing all of those who have lived and died for the principles of peace and unity and equality for all people.
What do you think your chances are? Have you felt you've been out there marching for this? Have you felt more of a push perhaps now to get a holiday declared for him?
I was optimistic from the very moment that I really thought of an idea of in 1981 having a march to Washington D.C. Asking for the legislation to be passed, making for that birthday of Dr. King's a national holiday.
What do you think? Do you think this is the sort of thing that can get passed under this administration?
I think that this is not Protestant to any one party. This is something that really concerns all people as human beings. I believe that this country is realizing something that I've always hoped that we would realize, is that as we are the United States, we must be the united people of the United States. So with that, I think we're going to move forward.
This, just as a devil's advocate kind of question, we've got only two birthdays that we celebrate as a nation. One is George Washington's, and the other is Abraham Lincoln's. Do you think that Martin Luther King goes right up there with those two presidents?
I think that indirectly, if it were not for him, you more than likely wouldn't have the position that you do as a woman. So I think that we as people recognize him not based on his color or sex, but basically because of what he did for moving minds to a greater and more sinful consciousness.
Has there been anybody since Dr. King that has helped move the cause of civil rights along the way he did?
I think that people have moved it. I think that individuals, yourself, me, all of the people watching or that will hear about this program, you have played your part as just understanding, as being on the earth longer, the responsibility that we have to making things better for not only ourselves but other people.
If Dr. King were alive today, do you think he would be pleased with the progress that this nation has made?
I think that he would be pleased with the progress that people are making, and basically people. We are a government that is for the people, by the people. That is the real, I think, exciting thing that will be in his mind. I'm very optimistic about people. It's unfortunate that sometimes we have to have tragedies such as the recent one with the Flight 007 to acknowledge very openly our desire to come and join together. But we do have those, and it's unfortunate, but we do have those, and hopefully people will become more not only verbal when there is a tragedy, but more verbal in their expressions in their everyday living in life.
Speaking of people, what are you going to tell the people during the radio broadcast? What would you like them to write to their senators?
Well, if they are in favor of this legislation passing, to write, we're going to encourage them to write, but we're going to have available to them a special number that they will call. It will be a lettergram or a telegram that they can send by stating their voice and their opinion, and to realize that this is not only a day, though it would be under the man who is, I think, our most recent and current king in this time that we're living in, Dr. King. but it's for all of those people that have lived and died for those principles.
Okay, one last question. Is it going to pass? Are you going to make it? Is it going to go through the Senate?
What do you think?
What do you think?
Well, what do you think?
I think it'll probably make it.
All right. There we go.
Actually, David, who's my cameraman, who's an old music buff, wanted to know who was your idol when you were a kid.
I had a few of them, Dave. I liked some of the gospel music. I liked Neil Sedaka. I liked some of the stuff that Bobby Darin did. I liked mostly. I listened a lot to the radio story shows that came on because I was impressed with the different accents and just different things throughout the different parts of the world. But anyone that I could hear, usually I liked.